Charly Bliss dropped their new album Forever. We sat down with Charly Bliss.
Yes, we
You can
did.
go check it out to chat about this album, not a past record, this album. This album is full of such good vibes, just the sound overall. Some of the songs are obviously on the heavier side, lyrically,
Mhm.
but I think the vibe overall is just very sunny, pop, a little alternative. It's a very fun, cute to listen to record. Um, I do have one thing though. I think the track listing is great up until Here Comes the Darkness. That reads as such a closer song to me, and having it as the fourth to last track confuses me because I was listening to it and I was like, oh yeah, okay, this is the end of the record. And then another song came and I was like, okay, this is then. And then another, and then another, and I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then when it did actually happen with Last First Kiss, to me, it was a good note to leave the record on, considering some of the topics that were covered earlier. It was kind of like oh, okay, true love and love exists and this is awesome and this is happy. But damn, it confused me. It threw me for a loop. Even on the second and third time listening, I was still like, oh, here it is. And then it just kept going. Not complaining that there were more songs, just confused. Well, not even confused, because I understand why it isn't the last one, because it's a very somber note, lyrically.
Mhm.
But I think sound wise, it's very big. It's bigger than Last First Kiss, in my opinion. So big to me equals closer. So that's my thinking.
Yeah, but it's like how are you not gonna end the record on a song called "Last First Kiss"
I
after everything that's
know.
talked about on the album? You know.
I know.
Um, have known about Charly Bliss for quite a while.
Mhm.
About the time of their last record coming out, which was 2019. It's been a long time. But we have never gotten to cover them on the podcast because that record came out before this entire thing was even an idea. So
Yeah.
very, very exciting times for us here.
Mhm.
But yeah, you stole my main point, which is, obviously, the record is very fun to listen to. It's very
Mhm.
upbeat and happy sounding, although
Yeah.
that is not always what's going on lyrically. That's not to say every single song is this Debbie Downer,
Somber.
just these somber vibes. There are definitely some upbeat songs as well lyrically, but you've got a mixed bag there. But the entire record stays with that upbeat, happy-go-lucky kind of vibe that you get
Mhm.
the entire time, which makes it for a fun listening experience for sure. Like you're like, if you want to get sad and listen to the lyrics, you absolutely can do that. But if you're just here
100%.
and you want to vibe and have fun,
Mhm.
this record accomplishes that as well, which is something that I love about records and honestly, like sounds like this,
Mhm.
this kind of sound is the kind of sound where like you can get away with the happy-go-lucky fun,
Mhm.
and be totally depressing, brooding with the lyrics, but it can be
Yeah.
so fun to listen to.
Mhm.
So
You don't even know.
yeah, I always have fun listening to records like this because it's like, are they actually sad, and is it actually fucked up, or are we having a good time?
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool. We also in the interview discussed the timeline and how long it took, and
Mhm.
for them to make it out of that process with a record that is so solid because it took
Yeah.
so long, and they were
And
like actively
Mhm.
working on it for most of the time to not get lost in that process, and were able
Yeah.
to come out with something. I commend that.
Yeah, absolutely. And also making it out as a band as well, because that was even a debate that they were having during the process of this record, where it's like, are we even a band anymore? Are we still able to do this? So the record coming out as solid and as I don't want to say flawless because I need to listen to it a couple more times, but I mean, goddamn, it's up there because it sounds so fucking clean, but just concise and just great throughout that entire process is very, very great. It's very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It was funny that you were like, I don't know if Last First Kiss should finish the record because that's actually one of my favorites. I think it
Of course it is.
closes off the record. Very solid. This nice ending to this what we know to be a crazy time for the band, and a crazy record.
Mhm.
Ups and downs lyrically. So I think it's a great way to close it. I also like 19, Calling You Out,
Yeah.
Tragic. I'm a big fan of this record. Not something that I would normally like go out of my way to seek and find to listen to,
Mhm.
because it is a little bit more on that pop side. But as I said, I always appreciate when we wind up diving into records like this, because I am a big fan of this sound, and so I thought the record was dope.
I agree. I can't name my favorite because it would sound like I'm just going off the track list, but truly, just the entire sound of this record just hits home. It's perfect. I think it's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.